everybody. First, I really want to start off by thanking Randy and Scarlett for being in the fight. Right, they get criticized quite a bit, not only on a statewide level but on a national level. It takes a lot of guts to stay in it and keep doing it. They've got families and things like that, so I appreciate them. Let's give them a round of applause for as Lou said, my name is Jack Pitzo. I am running for, it's actually branch 12 of the Waukesha County Circuit Court. So it's the circuit court right here in the city of Waukesha. Right now I'm a criminal prosecutor. I work in the DA's office. I've prosecuted thousands of criminal cases here in Waukesha County. I continue to do that now, but I feel called to do more. My job at this juncture is to keep you all safe, to keep people safe, to work with law enforcement, to charge cases and bring those cases to trial and conviction. Judges play a really, really important role in keeping us safe. They play arguably a larger role than I do. When a case is done and somebody is convicted, they decide what happens after that. We've got great judges in Waukesha County. The people of this county have time and again elected law and order judges because we want to be safe, and we don't want to be Milwaukee, and we don't want to be Dane. Right? I mean, that is a big difference. And it's a big reason why I'm running, because the counties to the east and the west are not going to change, and so it's up to us to really protect us here in Waukesha County and our citizens. Okay? That's very, very important. That's a big, big reason of why I'm doing this. Another reason of why I'm doing it is there were some tough topics talked about tonight, and it's tough to be optimistic, right? I'm here to say that there is a generation, my generation, there are those of us that are willing to step up and do what it takes to run. I'm willing to run for the judiciary. It's a huge part of what keeps us safe in this county and across the state. And there are a lot more like me. Some of them are in the room. So a little bit, just quickly about me. I don't want to talk your ear off. You guys have already heard way more interesting people than me. Like I said, I'm a prosecutor. I've been endorsed by every single law enforcement entity in this county that can endorse. I am their choice to sit in this seat. I've been endorsed by over half our judges here in Waukesha. I've been endorsed by Judge Maria Lazar, who's probably the best court of appeals judge. Because they know I'm going to work really, really hard. They know I'm going to hold people accountable. Because that's something that I fear that we kind of lose at times, this accountability. It's everyone else's fault for bad conduct. Is anybody kind of getting sick of hearing that? Right? The judges in Waukesha County don't buy that, and I'm not going to buy that either, okay? People need to be held accountable when they break our laws. But also, as important is constitutional rights need to be protected. We have absolute experts in constitutional law that sit on our bench here in Waukesha County and in District 2. And it's important to protect our individual liberties. I'm going to do the exact same thing. Everybody's going to get their fair shot in my court, and I really, really look forward to serving you. I currently am running unopposed. I'm working my tail off to make sure that stays that way. And I need all of your help. I really do. PizzoForJudge.com, Jack Pitzo for Judge on Facebook. Please like it, share it. I've got a bunch of postcards in my pocket. There's some on the front table. Come up, ask me questions, get to know me. I'm going to be around. I don't mean that just tonight, but I mean for 30, 40 more years. And I just, at least, yeah. I don't know, new technology, I could go 50, we'll see. I just appreciate the opportunity for Lou and Van to talk tonight. Groups like this are changing kind of the tide, and I really, really appreciate it. And groups like this have elected an unbelievable judiciary here in Waukesha County and other places, but we need to stay engaged. We know in these Supreme Court races, the judiciary is extremely, extremely important, but it remains important at the local level. And I think Judge Koshnick and Judge Lazar would support that as well. Local level is going to affect your day-to-day. And so that's why I'm running for the seat. I'd ask for your support. Please come up, get to know me. I'm also fair. I'm willing to take questions. I know you asked to ask questions, but anybody have any questions? If you don't, please don't feel like. Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, so for us who don't know who you are,
sure.
That's all. What reassurances do we have that you're not going to
That's a great question. I think.
What was it? Can you repeat it?
Sure. How can I assure you that I'm not going to be a haggador, right? I think you can look at the.
There is only one Brian Hayes.
Sure. What I can say about me is that I think my record speaks for itself. I am a prosecutor. I work for you now. You are my bosses. There are people that I have worked very hard to hold accountable in this county. My cases, I try everything from homicides down to drunk driving and everything in between because I think it's all important. I think my record speaks for itself, but also I'd ask you to look at my support. Look at the people who know me. At 26 years old, I tried an attempted homicide in front of Maria Lazar. I convicted that individual and she sent him away for 25 years. She knows what she's doing, one, but also I don't think Judge Lazar would be supporting me, or the sheriff would be supporting me, or Judge Shelley Grogan or Judge Jennifer Dorr would be supporting me if they thought that I was anything than what I'm telling you I am.
The only reason I say this is
Sure.
you got totally burned on Brian Hayes.
I totally understand that, for sure. I think, these are slightly different races than the things that we see. I mean, a big part of, I think, what our circuit court needs is great efficiency. I'm a litigator. I've spent thousands of hours in our Waukesha County courts. I'm going to hit the ground running day one because the courts aren't new to me. But I absolutely understand that feeling. Certainly, and not speaking ill about anybody, but you deserve to get to know your candidate and what we stand for within the boundaries of the ethical rules of judicial candidates. I mean, we just saw that trampled on. I intend to stay within those rules because that's important to me. But come up, talk to me. I'm happy to get to know you. I would ask you to ask Judge Lazar, ask Nick. Hey, Paul. How you doing?
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, please.
Kids know them. Get a bunch of friends to come over to the house, have them come over and sit down and talk to you. That's the best way you can do it. How we win is we win by grassroots. If you get him into your house with half a dozen of your friends and they spread the word around, we can get him elected. That's how we got to get it done. That way you know who he is and the character who he is, because you get to grill him.
I'm coming over to your house. Go ahead.
I got his address.
Sure.
How less about you and Nor who might be potentially running against you?
Sure.
What's the candidate feel that doesn't believe what you believe that could possibly to run against you? We should be aware of.
I don't want to speculate, right? Ultimately, I think candidates that succeed in a room like this are the candidates that law enforcement chooses. I know everyone in this room supports law enforcement, supports the work that they're doing, right? And so, I think conservative candidates generally want that type of support. On the flip side, I don't know. The demographics of Waukesha County, they say are changing. I don't necessarily believe that, but the judicial races are changing. And so I don't know if there's, somebody, more closely aligned to Governor Evers and the folks that he's appointed that is out there. I just haven't found that. And I'll be honest, I've kind of been behind the scenes for about 18 months working really hard at this to make sure this is going to be my seat, or that I have a good shot at it. Because this is a dream of mine, and in America you go and chase your dreams no matter what. So it's hard for me to answer that. It's a great question, and Jason, you'll be the first person I call when that person jumps in, and I'll say all sorts of really mean things about him.
You're going to show up at your house.
Yeah. We'll have a party. Yeah. Anything else I can answer for you? Otherwise, you guys have heard me speak long enough, I'm sure. Well, I appreciate it. Let's thank Lou and Van for sure.
Jack can't ask you for the contribution, but I can. I'm going to ask you to invest in Jack and what he is so that we don't have any competition in the race. I spent enough time with Jack, and I can tell you, it really is an investment. We have to start looking at what we're doing here in Waukesha County as an investment. It's not like a political contribution. You're investing, especially in the judicial branch, which we have to hold, because that is how we maintain constitutional order here in Waukesha County. So please, what's your website again?
PizzoForJudge.com. And thank you, Ken. I appreciate it. And let's thank Lou and Van for holding this awesome event. I appreciate you guys both.